Welcome everyone to Seattle. I'm your host Roberts, and today I'm going to be playing some Vampires the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 with my wife Tammy. If you'd like to check us out on YouTube and on Twitch, you guys can under our respective usernames. For myself, Relentless Undead. For Tammy, it's Tamapanda. We also have a community Discord. If you want to check that out, it should be the link below.
That Katsumi even asked, "What is she cooking up, do you wonder?" Well, anyway, what do you say we find Tolly?
I don't remember where I was.
I have to go talk to Tully. Oh, jeez, I forgot
Thanks
that
to see
happens.
Tolly after his little tip went so far off the rails.
Okay. So I know that with me, I have all the skills unlocked. Or disciplines, not skills. Disciplines unlocked. I just have to actually now buy them. And then I also know I have one more mission for this night, at the very least, which I have to talk to Tully. I've done everything else. So,
I'm going to the glacier. Yeah.
it's still something there. I'm just not sure what it is. This game did have an update recently, so I'm wondering if that's going to prevent people from running into buildings.
That'd be nice. Not that we need that anymore, but
Where is Tully? Is he behind the building? I thought he was in the building. Oh, there he is.
How can I help? Looking good, Fire. Actually, forget it. I'm trying to give up lying for Christmas. You look like shit. Glad that nap was shorter than the last one, though, am I right?
It is the Sabbat, Tolly. A conspiracy. Their master, their leader, is a vampire called the Gardener.
Oh, don't get all horticultural on me. Ryong said you were babbling about the Black Hand again. I've got eyes and ears on it. My current irritation is the departure of our dear Willem.
Your concern is touching.
I won't pretend this isn't a headache the size of a horse cock. He was our little black book of dates and dainties. Word gets out our hard drive's limp. That's a lot of unsolicited lick pics coming our way.
Storing secrets that way was hardly wise.
Oh, sure. If it was me, I'd have staked him, hollowed him out, and stuffed paper copies up inside him. Much more functional and a neat conversation piece. But I'm not the one who set fire to the piñata. I am telling you, we are gonna have to claw our way back out of the lack of fucking info hole. Since you're the one who stuck our dicks in the blender, you're gonna help me fish them out. Now I know Benny had himself some insurance. His own book of Shaft, squirreled away at his office in the SPD. Now I could go and get it, but I'm not gonna. It's up to you, oh officer of the law. Happy fishing. Mwah.
I think Tammy said this last time that we played, but and I'm gonna say it now. Tully, the way that he acts, the way that he presents himself, and the way that he even says certain things, despite the information he has been given, he very much acts
Well,
like
back to the old stomping ground, huh? I wonder how Seattle PD are managing. No Benny, no Detective Fabian. I'll bet they won't even have noticed.
he acts a lot like he is in on it.
Yeah. And the unfortunate part of knowing lots of secrets, as Nosferatu do.
That's also the other thing. Neither Nosferatu I've seen so far. William or fucking Tully have shown animal companions. Most
Yeah.
Nosferatu, from what I've always noticed, usually have animal companions. The reason for it is that the animal companion can gather information for you that you couldn't get. Most people use rats because in a big city, seeing a rat watching you across the street, is it really watching you from across the street, or is it just a fucking rat?
Okay, careful how you play it. You're not supposed to be here, and they will not like you snooping around. Benny's office is dead ahead. Make it sneaky now.
What now? I guess I'll go see.
Food, drink, whatever you can spare, please.
Locked. Breaking that will raise a ruckus. I think there's a vent at the back. If I remember rightly, there's another in my office. You could try that.
Oh, damn, sorry. My place is free. We could,
Okay.
grab a couple of beers, watch a movie.
Stranger! Stranger danger! Fox in the coop! It's a fox in a coop!
God damn it, Lemon!
Lemony moss! Lemony moss!
Will you shut the hell up, man?
Where's Mr. Fabio? Fabio, come on!
God damn it!
It's good for you, Fabio.
What the hell, Lemon? Who rattled your cage? Just keep it down. Ah, forget it.
Ricky Drosky gone instead. I see another ghost, Bonnie. Life's a bowl of cherries, sweet, sticky, full of color, and amusing breeze.
I'm sorry, I'm being quiet. I'm being sneaky.
There's still a guy out there.
And I'm in communication.
Smithy must have locked up for me. I guess my key is in my pocket. Damn. Oh, wait. My spare is somewhere. Maybe in the evidence room. Smithy kept it handy, because I kept leaving it open. They see you. Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, I fucked that up. I pressed the wrong button. I went to go just throw the gun, and I 100% started shooting the gun.
Stranger! Stranger, stranger, danger!
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's up with Lou.
Fox in the coop is the fox in a cops.
The former prince?
Yeah,
She's suffering
'cause-
from the
Lemony
beckoning.
moss. Lemony moss.
Will you shut the hell up, man?
I don't know how people get the beckoning. I don't understand it. I don't know what kind of curse it is or
Damn it.
whatever, but it's a curse that makes it so that certain vampires,
There's still a guy out there.
they actually want to, like,
Smithy must have locked up for me. I guess my key is in my pocket. Damn. Oh, wait. My spare is somewhere. Maybe in the evidence room. Smithy kept it handy, because I kept leaving it open.
yeah, I'm not really like. I feel like I'm not too sure how to handle when she has an episode like that because
yeah.
I don't necessarily want to like upset her.
Yeah, like my thought process was when I was in that room with her, like the scene that you were just in.
Good work. I reckon Smithy must have stashed my key somewhere around here. Damn, more company.
Should have just chose leave quietly.
My thought process was if I just left quietly, if she came to awake and realized that she was talking to me, I would personally be more offended that you just left me in that state.
Just gotta stay out of his way.
I chose to just say her name,
Yeah, I did too.
except because there's no tone to the text of
Yeah, he was
like
a little or at least a little aggressive.
I wouldn't have said it as aggressive as I would have just been like, Lou, like, hello, you okay?
Aha!
I wouldn't have
Smithy.
said
Let's get
it
into my
by saying
office.
her full name.
Well, welcome to my humble abode. I see the cleaners haven't been in, which is how I like it. Huh. I wonder who'll get it. I hope it's
Ghost
not
Hunter.
McNally.
Ghost Facer.
Ghost Facers. But I also said her name. She was a little irritated about it, but like I said,
Yeah.
it was because she was like, had a moment of weakness, and basically I saw her moment of weakness.
Gotta say,
But
this is not how I expected an elder to spend their time. Tully had better appreciate this.
but I felt like if I like
Tight spaces.
if I had done it where I had just left the room, I'd be pissed off because then you just left me there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things where it's like I understand some people's like differences of opinions, but
That's just the ticket. Okay. My buddies here get upset if you try to break in. Walking out, less of an issue.
Fabian fucking.
You act natural.
Oh
You might
man.
be able to breathe straight
It's cold enough to freeze the tits off a frog. Again, he's not from. I don't believe he's from the original, like, modern times, so sometimes his phrases are catch me off guard.
Gal was at the scene over at the plastics warehouse.
Oh, yeah? Wow. I heard that was toxic. Melting?
Mannequins.
Oh, jeez.
Let's get out of here. We should get back to Tolly and hope Benny's book is a solid boost to his spirits.
That was a little scary.
Got your stealth mission done?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna suck when I have to do it.
It's not too hard. It's just the concept that when I was doing it, it's like I also have a mild case of like impatience. So like when I was waiting for someone, like, are they going in this pattern or not? But once,
How's
yeah,
my favorite force of destruction? Any trouble?
There is always trouble, but it was manageable. Here,
Neato. I can start grilling Benny's old flames. But don't think you're in the clear yet. While you're here, I want to ask you a question. You know, decaying husk to decaying husk. What do you think of Ryong? Her leadership, to be precise.
you are toying with me.
I, Michael Percival Tolliver, swear that I'm having precisely 0 ounces of fun right now.
Percival.
Been a long time since the Jurassic era. You've seen a lot of courts, so what advice would you give the new boss?
Bye.
A prince without allies is not long for this world. They need to adapt, to make accommodation. Ryong has the heart of a trader, so she can do this. With your help, of course.
Keep up the bullshit. Tolly is awesome.
You think this is a farce?
I took notes, didn't I? Relax, Nomad. You don't need to take off. Why not stay a while?
I am in no mood for it, Tolly. I have things to do.
Well, trot then. Don't want to be late for your very important date, whatever it is. Till next time, sweetness.
Well, that's everything that was on the docket. Should think about heading back to Dale's place.
but yeah, I know. Just like I said, like it feels to me like Tolly purposely sent you to William because he knew that William was going to blow up, so that you could be to blame. So that way, when the things, now that everyone blames you for it, despite the fact that you have told them there was no fucking way you could have stopped it. He had a device that was activated from someone not in the room.
Yeah, which I think actually got him a little irritated, and it's like, you are revealing your hand slowly, I feel, and it's not a good look.
But like I said, like, so like if I were like the group and like, that was the case, like that's what the guy told me. Okay, let's believe him for a second. But like I feel like Tully like knew? Like Because it sent you there so that you would basically have it blow up in your face. So that way he can get you to do things for him in the name of, fixing the problem that you created.
Yeah.
I just love when you turn me on, Seattle, and you know just how to do it. So I won't keep you waiting any longer. First off, you're off with me.
Symbols or anything that I gotta worry about. So
And then, I don't want to, spoil anything, because I'm a little bit further ahead of you. I just found out that somebody else was working, someone close to the courts may have been contacted by this group. And then furthermore, going back to the whole, thing.
Well, that was a night. If you're
They're so afraid of the Sabbat that even the thought of, bringing, there's a possibility Sabbat exists, or not exists, but it exists, but that they may be behind certain things, it's like, oh no, it can't be the Sabbat. It's probably anything but. It's like, why are we, resisting,
Very well.
So, let's walk ourselves back a bite. We have the Anarchs and the Blood Doll, a shopping trip for Tolly, and then Mistress Lou and her traveling prognostication show. Where should we start?
The Blood Doll, Verona. What did we really get from her?
Aside from her own dissolution, a tale as old as time. Just that Miss Moore wasn't on her lonesome, and there was a plan. Sounds like our artist jumped the gun, though, didn't it? Which is good, in a way. It's not all going right for our troublemakers. What next?
Sophia and her desire for hidden secrets.
Sweet Sophia? Oh, she's scattered for sure, but she knows her stuff.
She keeps promising but not delivering.
Oh, dithering's in her nature, but give her a problem and she's a hound with a slipper. She'll keep chewing until she gets right to the soul of it. Let's keep it going.
Katsumi's Anarchs and their newest recruit.
Max, you mean? Guess he's found his place. You made a good call there. It'll be the making of the boy. Even though, of course, he's not a boy. Strange folks, aren't we all? As for Katsumi herself, I'm nagged by the question of where she is and what she's up to. And who she's up to.
You have known Tolly a long time. Is there anything to concern us there?
Well, not that long. He's a comparative youngster. And in all honesty, I think he's one of the most dangerous things in this city. That there is a sharp mind. But I've never seen anything to say he's not loyal to the city that gave him a home. And the two of you seem to rub along as apples and apples, don't you?
Lou's visions. Clearly the reason she closed herself off, withdrew from power.
You've hit the bullseye there. They've got worse, though, as she's kept that secret squirreled away for years. Fabulous Elder can't trust her own thoughts. Front page news. She thinks it's this beckoning, but that don't sit right with me. Seems a bit too close to what we've been dreaming about, wouldn't you say?
What do you draw from all this, detective?
It's a mite early to say. A whole meal to chew on, no doubt. Do you want to sleep? Or should we talk the big picture?
Carry on.
So now, we've got a chunk of misbehaving, destruction, conspiracy, and the man in my dreams. What's top of your mind?
The Sabbat are the core of this.
But who are they? And what's their aim? You know the cult, right?
They are a pestilence and utterly destructive.
You do have a tendency to tense up at the name, and I think I get why. But tell me, what drives them?
They reject any doctrine that still retains any shred of humanity or coexistence with humanity. The Anarchs may struggle against the Camarilla, seeing them as stifling, controlling. The Black Hand would shred the Masquerade and drag us all into the light, subjugating all of the mortal world. If only they had the numbers.
All human history to be put in the incinerator, If I had had them on the couch, I'd surely blame the parents. What else worries you?
See, from what I understand, from what I remember reading, now I could be wrong, but from what I remember reading from like version 3 of the White Wolf, the Black Hand is not the ones that are trying to overthrow the Masquerade. It's the New Age Sabbat that are. The Black Hand actually are trying to do like they're a secret like society, a secret like policing. Even though he's saying that they're trying to overthrow the Masquerade, I'm pretty sure the Black Hand is supposed to be like this secret organization that sometimes will deal with certain problems. They want to bring back. They want to protect the legacy of the history. They want to protect Kane.
Isabella, Willem, this conspiracy. Why them? And who else?
Well, Benny, for one, if you remember the ring. Although wearing the mark of conspiracy is never a clever move. Then again, you wear it against your will. And they all have a manner of control over you, don't they? Or seem to. It's as I said when we first met, a mark of ownership. A mark of control. You're their weapon, I'd say. As to who else, I've no notion, honestly. But there are precious few we can trust. This is useful. Keep going.
Like maybe I'm wrong with the Black Hand, but I'm pretty sure I'm not.
The Gardener. He is the one we see in our dreams.
I'd say he is, and the one Willem named right enough. So how does he get into our dreams? And more to the fact, why?
He seems to be drawing us to him. What is his aim?
Now there's a question. What does he want from you? Not sure what he'd get from a parlay, unless he can control you in some manner. The mark?
Lou's dreams. They seem similar to what we see in the garden. Are her dreams from him?
Maybe so. And who knows? Maybe the same was true for Isabella, or even Willem.
Yeah.
We see him every time we sleep. Is he the one provoking your memories?
Maybe so. But I'd say they are true memories. As far as I can remember anything. So, there's another case to solve. Why those memories in particular? The constant is that killer. Iron and crosses.
You agree he is Sabbat, the one behind Willem and Isabella?
Those are the strings I'd knot together, indeed. I wonder how he got to them.
What are your conclusions, Detective?
So, to summarize, I'd say the Sabbat and Gardener and all their followers,
Or
they've
side
made a
mission.
weapon
Nice.
out of the Nomad. But things have not gone right for them, and the Nomad slipped the leash. They've poked the bear, and the bear is not a happy bear, and is poking them right back. And down they go, one by one. Reckon you should roll on doing what you're doing.
There is more to this. The Black Hand may be inhumane, even insane by our standards. But they are not fools.
We are all built on human bones, and every human has a core of stupid. Now, we should hit the hay. Though I'd not be surprised if I'm up and about and walking memory roads in a few. Maybe I'll see you there.
I'm reading quickly about the Black Hand.
I'm on my way to retrieve a package from a dumpster.
Hmm.
Hi, Lily. Little Lilith.
I was gonna say that's why I remember that now.
Which.
I remember that now. Reading this quickly, there's actually two different orders of the Black Hand. There's the Black Hand, and there's the true Black Hand. Yeah, that's okay. That's one of the reasons I'm getting confused because there is actually two different types of Black Hand. There's the Black Hand, and then there's the true Black Hand. The true Black Hand is the one I was thinking of. They're the ones that actually like are protecting Kane and the seconds.
Okay.
Oh,
Ow!
sometime I just like to
Look,
sleep.
we're making this
Hey there,
difficult.
fella. I talked to our mutual
Yeah, I was
friend.
gonna say, isn't like
We'd love to have a chat. So what do you say?
just the
You
regular
give me
Black
your address?
Hand like thuggish?
They're not thug-ish. Sorry, the Black Hand, the one that you're talking about, the one that they're talking about. It is a specialized war group. They basically do things that, like, when the Sabbat needs something done, they do it. So, like, when you need something organized done, fuck off, controller.
By address, I meant location, not a lecture on gardening tips.
The wanderer is already furrowed, already plowed. Now turn the sod and slip beneath the soil.
Slip beneath the. Okay, well, I guess I'll pass that on. But what is it you want? What's the deal here?
What's the deal, truth seeker?
Exactly.
So what's the deal?
Warning, incoming horde.
Hello, Zero Fate. Did you get bored of your game, or are you going to go to dinner early?
Jonesy was first responder. Captain Muldoon told us he'd want to get involved.
But yeah, so the backhand is the like an enforcer group. So like if you really have a huge problem, you would send them in to deal with the problem. The true Black Hand, they're the ones that I was thinking about. They're the ones that actually like protect, like I said, the seconds and Kane and Enoch.
The body's gone?
Took 4 guys to get him off the rebar. Heavy fella. Real musty, lot of bulk. Captain Muldoon was on site. He took a look at him, told me to pass on to you. The Vic is nothing special.
Uh-huh. So a man on the street kind of thing. Literally.
Oh, sure. Rebarred into the concrete. That's a heck of a night's work.
Any witnesses?
Yep. A young guy named of Max Weber.
Max Weber, huh? Well, well, well. I knew that name. And suddenly I knew why Benny had taken a closer look at this one.
He's over by the auto shop.
Did Officer Jones see anything?
Ask her. She's just come off the walk and talk. She's still on site. She might have something for you.
Thanks, Smithy. I'll take a walk around the scene.
Sure thing. Let me know when you're happy and we'll run cleanup.
Will do. I figured I'd look around, maybe talk to Jonesy, see what was what.
Crazy.
Yep. Kind of what I thought of when
Guess the Vic was
I saw that.
here, already dead or bleeding out.
Where are this Alicia?
One, Tammy's old work. She's giving me an update about it.
Our serial killer must have ordered a whole batch of the pointy little things. Well, that settled it. Either our killer was as strong as an ox, or he'd hired a moving company. Bust lock, too. I wondered how the auto shop played into this whole story.
But yeah, it doesn't look good.
Guess there'd been a struggle. Hope Benny had his place insured.
Which is crazy, just because the fact that, like, he was doing pretty well before Tammy left, and then, yeah.
Jonesy, I hear you were first responder?
That's right, Detective. Called in by Mr. Weber when he found the body. Been knocking on doors.
The CEO left the company. A bunch of the people from, like, head office left the company. And, like, half of the parent company was laid off.
What did Max tell you?
Huh. I have the notes, but I think you should really talk to him. He was pretty confused.
Good idea. Anything to report? Anything catch your eye?
Apart from the big guy missing his head with an iron bar through his ribcage?
Yeah, apart from that.
Not a whiff of anything, Detective. Weird, right? You'd usually have a blood trail, boot prints, car tracks, especially in this snow. No neighbors heard it happen. Does a big guy really die this quietly?
You're right. That is strange. Thanks, Jonesy. Sometimes I wondered how much crime was caused by the makers of little plastic signs, just to keep the trade going. This was not quiet. But then, would anyone blink at loud noises coming from an auto shop?
Just you? Hey, Max.
Good evening to you. I had a notion you might have got caught up in this, given this is your place. They tell me you saw something?
Hey, Fabian. Yeah, I did see something, just don't know what.
Waiting for this person to.
You don't know what you saw? What do you mean by that? Sasquatch with a bouffant hairdo? New breed of dog with too many legs? Supreme Court justice hovering 3 feet off the ground?
No, it's fuzzy. Okay, let me try. There was the
What
Vic
is my
guy,
abilities that I
one
have
of those
right now?
big square guys, all muscles. Biker, I think. He was walking down the street.
Lost his bike, huh?
Just listen. He was walking down the street, and there was someone else coming the other way, or maybe a couple. But I can't remember them, Fabian. It's like someone took a cloud of ink and brushed over them in my head. And then, next thing, the biker is lying on the concrete, rebar through his chest, head pulled off.
So you didn't see...
I think I just walked up and, like, just broke their neck, but...
I think I did see the killing. It's just I can't remember it.
Or the passers-by, if that's what they were.
No, I'm not even sure there were 2 of them. Maybe one is just a dark cloud.
You've considered the possibility that Zeus did this one. Was there lightning involved?
You know,
They did it
Fabian,
stealthy,
sometimes
but
I'm
yeah.
not sure how you keep your job.
Remember
Damn
anything
it.
else?
I got nothing. Just a hole in my memory.
Felt to me like someone had messed with Max's mind. That I should take a look at. Tell me about the victim.
Like I said, big square guy, lots of muscles. Think he was a biker? That sort of looked to him?
You didn't know him.
No, he wasn't a client at the shop. I'd have recognized him.
He was definitely mortal.
Oh, for sure. Can't you still smell the blood?
How is Benny involved?
Benny? He isn't. He just came along when the cops were called, worried something had happened to me. Took a good look at the body, said there was nothing special about it.
Good to have someone who gives a damn.
I guess.
Look after yourself, Max.
Okay, be careful. I don't like this one bit.
What are you hiding? Oh! A woman. A pregnant woman, dark hair. She was so scared. Uh-huh. I thought of another thing. I took a look inside your head.
You did what?
That fuzziness you were talking about. There was a woman. A pregnant woman.
No, I don't remember that.
And I got a sense of wings. Like angel's wings. If this is my killer, things just got very weird.
So, who was she?
That's what I mean to find out. Thanks, Max. Take care.
See ya.
Jonesy, another thing. Any sightings of a pregnant woman from the neighbors?
Funny you should say that, Detective. We got this off the CCTV on the building across the alley. Doesn't have a direct line on the crime scene, but it did get this.
Huh. An extremely blurry photo of a woman who is most definitely in the family way.
Looks like it to me.
That is interesting. Good talk.
Okay. Report to Officer Sam Smith. Well, I want to call him Officer Sam. But...
All done. Clean it up all spick and span, Maestro, so the public don't start poking around.
Between you and me, this street might cause less attention if we just dropped a small bomb on it. Anyway, get anything useful?
Yeah. Anyone see a woman around here who's in the family way? Get a statement off her?
Pregnant? Not that I noticed, but we had a few officers out canvassing on the early shift. If you have a good description, you could check files back at the PD.
Good notion. I'll do that.
We see Onda.
On my way to find a pregnant lady. Yeah, I'm on my way to find a pregnant lady.
I wanted to see if anyone had a lead on our ghostly mother-to-be.
So, what was the deal at the auto shop?
Well, the captain was right. I was interested in it. Another killing, but not something you should worry about.
Oh, a special case.
Yeah. This one featured a,
La 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 la, I can't hear you.
Okay. I do have some totally unrelated questions, though, George.
Uh-huh.
Heard anything about a pregnant woman?
Whoa! You in trouble, my friend?
Well, I am always in trouble, but not that kind. I met any cases recently. Mysterious woman heavy with child? Sounds a bit biblical put like that. But it is not a good news story.
Yeah, lots of people have kids, even criminals, and God help us, the PD.
You got any hobbies?
What prompted that?
Oh, I don't know. Idle curiosity. And I like to know about people. It's practically my superpower.
Uh-huh. And what's my wife's name?
I'm gonna cheat and look this up because I think any one I pick, it's not actual. You know.
Denise?
You got the name, but she signed the papers, so technically not my wife.
Oh, my condolences or felicitations. Whatever's appropriate. You know anything about memory loss?
I am as sharp and incisive as the day I took the oath, okay?
Yeah, sure. I know that, George. Of course. I more meant, you heard about any cases. People showing up with holes in their stories. Confused.
This is Seattle. What do you think?
That is a fair point.
Check out the files. Best place to look for individual cases or trends.
That is also a fair point. See ya.
Sure.
Time to talk to my old friend in the records room.
And I broke.
Hello, my little bibliophile. Looking for a booking? Desperate for a dossier?
Any recent entries about a mother-to-be?
It's a big city, Fabian. Got any more details?
Anything come up near the auto shop?
Nothing on the spot. Widening the search just a little should be helpful. But give me more.
Reports filed from tonight's killings?
Nothing interesting in my in tray where mothers are concerned. Anything else?
Any cases of memory loss?
Let's take a look at our search area. Ah, that's interesting.
What's that?
Nothing mother-related, but there are an unusually high number of reports of memory loss around central Seattle.
Oh, can you give me some names?
That's the thing with memory loss, Detective. Names are often hard to pinpoint. But let me skim the notes. A biker named Guru. He's been picked up a few times for intoxication and definitely has a less than perfect recall. Then there's Carla, who used to be a paramedic. She dropped out because she couldn't trust herself to deliver the right meds. She's out there on the streets somewhere. Then, of course, there's Mr. Lemon in the cells.
Now that is interesting. I know all these people.
Drinking buddies, Detective.
You could say that.
If you can get me any more details, we could have a hot session of record correlation. What do you say?
I'll see what I can find out. Thanks. I need to follow up.
You know where I am, Detective, if you want to root around.
Files said something about Miss...
Go away, little police officers.
Oh, the wrong way.
How's it hanging, Harry?
Sing a lullaby.
Baby you.
Believe me, buddy, you don't want to hear my singing voice. Hey, come closer for a moment.
Yes, make another hole of bliss. A head hole with a little kiss.
Why are you so aggressive, person? Go away.
I knew you were a man of taste. drunk, Mr. Lemon, but the records say you were picked up sober, just confused. Remember anything?
Lemony moss, Fabio.
That's what I thought. If only I knew a bit more about you. Like where you were found, or your favorite music venue, or well, anything really.
Amusing. Amusing Grease.
Huh?
Amusing Grease, Mr. Fabio. Amusing Grease.
Oh, how sweet that sound. You're a churchgoer.
Blessed Holy Mother.
Guess that's a yes. Thanks, Mr. Lemon. See you soon, Boone.
Nay, nay, Mr. Bright.
I wanted a word.
Oh, I mean, serious. I was like, wait a second. Oh, this fast travel thing sometimes it's just too much when you're inside a building. Yeah.
Hustler Bojenkins. Thank you for reading in. You guys are playing Outer Worlds 2.
Hey there, Guru.
Cool.
How's it hanging?
How are you enjoying that game?
I have to play Outer Worlds 1 again.
Help them sleep.
Hey, buddy. A filing cabinet told me you've been picked up kind of confused. You want to tell me about it?
We all have spaces in the clouds of the mind, my friend. But my confusion's my problem. One for deep theological contemplation.
So, you don't want to talk about it?
Sorry. My mind is a temple. I need to be careful who I let in. You've never struck me as a religious man.
Come on, buddy. What happened to you? What did you forget?
It was a cloudy time, Detective. I'm considering the spiritual implications.
I have a case to crack. Thank you, my friend. I'll be back.
You can heal the ghosts, my man.
Enjoy your lurk.
Find your purpose.
I didn't see the need.
I accidentally irritated
I wanted a
Tolly.
word with I didn't see the point in confusing things. Well, hello there, my friend.
Well, always pleasant to meet one of your kind. What with the ghosts being so loud lately. I hope recent days have been spiritual and full of love, my man.
Troubled by ghosts, hmm? Maybe I can help.
I've met many of your kind, and none have succeeded. But I'm always willing to hear your thoughts. So, what good words do you have to impart, my friend? How would one of your calling deal with ghosts?
Forgive yourself. Everything starts with that.
That's a common refrain from a man of the cloth. So, you know these are real ghosts I'm talking about here, Padre.
Tell me more.
I saw her. Right in front of me. She came out of nothing like a haze becoming flesh. She spoke. She talked about her baby, the one she still bore. But I can't remember, Padre. I can't remember. lost her, everything about her.
Where was it? My son.
I can't remember what she spoke, but I swear I did see her. And sometimes I still see her from the corner of my eye as I walk the city. Her and sometimes others.
Wow. So you don't know where this was?
No, there are gaps, my friend. Holes in my mind where thought has turned to smoke. I feel I have lost myself. Could you find me?
Sure, I guess. I can at least ask around. What's your name? Other than Guru.
Before I was Guru, they used to call me David. David DeVere.
Really? Nice to meet you, David. Now, I better get going. Masses to attend, people to shrive, that sort of thing. Blessings be upon you.
May you find peace, Padre.
Goochie scooch.
Interesting.
I moved to Seattle to get away from women.
It's also interesting that my ability is back already. Like if I didn't use it.
Carla wasn't in her usual spot. I wondered where she'd got to.
That was really weird. Yeah, like it lights up like if it's... Oh, it wants me to do that. Okay, let's see what's going on here.
Poor little...
Miracle, I don't...
Poor little drunk tank guy. Missing his baby.
Are you working for Tolly right now?
Yeah.
That's he snuck in.
Yeah.
Say, Carla, you okay? You're not in your normal spot.
I was just helping a friend out, Detective. Are you in pain?
I spoke to a friend who knows about these things, and they said you got picked up by the PD, all confused. What happened? You okay?
You know how it is, Detective. When the call comes to help others, you see so many faces. They blur together for a time, and I guess it all just got too much. I started to forget.
Where did this happen?
I don't know. I was treating people. Somewhere. Not at the hospital. There was a young woman. She was so sad.
And pregnant?
Yes. I'm afraid I fell apart a little. It was all too much. I don't think she wanted me to see her. She was scared, you see.
Uh-huh. That is very interesting. Now, if we could just figure out where this happened.
I've volunteered in many places, Detective. I just can't remember. There are holes, missing pieces.
Interesting. You're not the first to tell me that. What's your full name, Carla? I'll run it at the station, see if some addresses fall out.
Carla Long.
Thank you kindly, Carla. Now you have a good night.
Get back to the police office. Oh, no, I'll throw away. Brown. Beep beep.
Why, Detective, my drawers are just waiting for your touch.
I've got the skinny on our missing memory cases.
Trying to figure out these guys' pattern so I can
You know what rolls my
leave.
Rolodex, don't you, Detective? So what have you got?
Guru's real name is David DeVere. He thinks he saw a ghost, a pregnant woman who materialized right in front of him.
David DeVere. Very good, very good.
Carla's full name is Carla Long. She had a bit of an episode when she was treating a pregnant woman.
Carla Long, huh? Yeah, she's here.
Mr. Lemon, I've got nothing on except he sings Amazing Grace and goes to church.
Every snippet is useful. Everything is connected. I have it, Detective. Carla Long spent time volunteering at St. Stephen's, giving treatments to the poor. David attended church lectures of theology at St. Stephen's. And doesn't that fit with your Mr. Lemon, who's into religious music? All three short of memory.
You're right. St. Stephen's is the key.
Yeah, I can't figure that one.
Work knowledge base. I should get to it.
Come back when you can. I always need a good sorting.
There it was then. Time to go to church. Something I didn't often say, let me tell you. St. Stephen's weekend, and I had Mr. Lemon's song on my lips. It was kind of catchy.
It would just make the most sense because the fact that the guy going on with the church is the only church in town.
What did I know? Serial killer, dead biker guy of unusual size, Swiss cheese holes in at least 4 heads. Every one of them had seen a pregnant woman. Something like... Reggie, old pal?
It's a fine night
If I could take a sip,
to be one with you.
Ooh, have a good night, Reggie.
Become one.
Bam. When he started bringing up that made sense. And then the other two, I would have just gone to the church immediately after getting the information from Lemon.
Onda, right? Not sure we've met. I'm Fabian. I work for Benny.
I've heard of you.
All good things, I hope.
I have heard of you.
I'm looking for a suspect. Young woman in the family way, if you know what I mean.
And what is she suspected of?
I just
There
want
we
to
go.
That is the cop thing to say, right? But I haven't seen her. Good luck on chasing her down.
You sure you haven't seen her? She's involved in a bunch of decapitations, kindred and mortals.
She sounds tough, but she's not here. You can leave now.
It's actually going pretty good. I'm getting some progress done. The main storyline.
Away.
I'd messed that up. Time for a do-over, I guess. I figured I needed my strength for other things. Onda, right? Not sure we've met. I'm Fabian. I work for Benny.
I've heard of you.
All good things, I hope.
I have heard of you.
I'm looking for a young woman in the, family way. She's in trouble, I think.
Yeah. Her name is Misty, and she's scared. She's had terrible things done to her. If you hurt her, I will find your haven and I will visit you every night just as you wake. And each time, I will rip out your tongue by the root.
Ooh, I hear you. I'll be nice.
She's downstairs. It might take you a bit of time.
What do you mean?
You'll see.
How's it been going for you, Rico?
Vampires shouldn't find crypts spooky, right?
Hello, Fabian.
Well, hello. Misty, right? Have we met?
Memory stretches and tears, and sometimes it must break. She says there are so many pictures you left behind.
Anda said you'd been hurt. Someone had done terrible things.
Yes, Fabian. Yes, they did, Fabian. On purpose. Gifted me. Saved me. Damned me. I have never forgotten how I was gifted. A terrible, beautiful thing. It saved us both. She is so thankful, but so terribly bored.
You said she. Are you talking about your baby?
A child is a gift for eternity, not just for Christmas.
Well, okay. I can't help but notice you're on the way to being a mother. And I can't figure out how that works at all. We can't get pregnant, can we? What's this? The stork get lost? An inaccurate conception?
Oh, detective. There is no way to be blessed with new life when you are already dead. But all the dead were alive once upon a time. She knows that. And so do you.
But even if you're pregnant during your embrace, the kid should just die.
You mean you were pregnant during your embrace?
How do you think it works, detective? Did it never cross your mind? Not once. A detective should be armed with all the facts. In service, in pride, in dedication.
You're a bloodsucker like me, but more than that, you're
Meow.
of Malkavian blood, right? Either that or old Malk himself should be serving you with a copyright lawsuit.
The blood in our veins does have the same source as yours, detective. Such special sauce.
Malkavian, then. You've been here a while. At least that's what the files say. But where did you come from?
From sugar and spice and sauce that's nice.
Why did you wipe all those memories? Max and the guy in the drunk tank?
They saw me. And remember, I should stay out of sight. I need to stay out of sight.
Why?
He's looking for me, Fabian. I think he wants to kill me.
Who?
The father.
Oh, really? You were there at the murder scene, right? What did you see?
A man dreams, a man dies. The cops scrub the asphalt.
Why do you have exclamation
scrub
point?
the cellar floor, and no one remembers. There are some things you can save without memory. Perhaps I saw him. Perhaps she did. Metal cross and metal stakes. But his face eludes me, as I elude you.
Okay. Please. I need to know what you saw. The victim, a biker. The killer...
Oh, yeah, right. Street.
Does a killer stalk the streets, detective? Or is it only an echo?
This was getting me nowhere. Her memory wasn't connected up right. I needed a moment to gather some thoughts. Stay there.
Hmm.
Oh, we hid a blood drinker, one of our kind. A kindred. Huh. Let's talk some more. Okay, let's figure this out now. You did see someone. A vampire. Which makes no sense, as our killer is not a vampire.
Oh, but he was! Yes, he was. A brute. A thug. A made man.
He scared you so much you hid, and afterwards you blanked Max so this man could never find you. What's hunting you?
The court is hunting me. You said you'd save me.
I did.
Fabian. Hector liked you. He trusted you.
Just the
Are you
Dutchman.
here to save me?
She was bleeding out. I didn't have much time, and neither did she. Easy, miss. Just tell me what you saw. It'll save lives.
Who are you? You're one of them, aren't you?
You mean, am I like Hector? I guess I am, except less follically challenged right now. Oh, my name's Fabian.
Fabian. Hector liked you. He trusted you. Are you here to save me?
Tell me what happened.
Hector heard someone coming. He told me to hide. He was worried about me. Then I just heard those noises. That horrible, horrible sound.
Run.
Oh, I can only imagine.
I could hear him breathing. I guess I made a noise. I was so upset. He found me, dragged me out. It was so fast. It's bad, right? I know it's bad. It doesn't hurt.
He's probably very safe,
You were
considering.
Hector's girl.
No, he was helping me out, keeping me safe. There were people looking for me, you see. Guess they found me. They all wanted my baby. That's what Hector said. And so did he, the father. Too late now. Guess he won.
Who's the father?
Johnny. Dear Johnny. He's one of you guys, you know. Works the rackets like you. For Lou Graham.
Biologically unlikely, but sure, let's go with that. So, you and Johnny created a small miracle.
He wanted me to take care of it, but
You ran away.
I couldn't do it. When I found Hector, he told me I had to get out of Dodge. He said because it was Johnny's kid. Other people were hunting me.
What other people?
He called them the court.
Well, pardon my language, but shit.
It doesn't matter now, does it? They've killed Hector. They've killed me. And they've killed my baby. Johnny Campbell's baby.
It was then the pieces snapped together. Vampires can't make babies, but ghouls certainly can. Campbell, lose muscle. Why did the court care so much? I didn't know, but they wanted to catch or kill. And Hector wanted her safe, that was clear. She was a playing piece on a board she didn't understand. I didn't either, but at least I knew some of the players. I also realized by me spending all this time pondering, she was
Drogon.
Hey, you still with me?
I'm doing all right.
Yes.
I got an idea. I don't know why I did it.
How about you? How are you doing?
So, side note to my audience,
Yeah, the Rift Breaker.
I don't think she's actually pregnant in the modern times. I think what it is that because she's a Malkavian, she's just done what he does with like inanimate objects, where he plays the role of the inanimate object back to him. I think she's just in her insanity, thinks that the child is still alive, and talks to a child that doesn't exist.
Get out of here, what?
Maybe I was trying to save her. But if I didn't know then, I know now. I damned her. What's your name?
Misty.
Okay, Misty. I'm going to help you be safe. Both of you.
You wouldn't have to drink from her.
In hindsight, of course. We all do things we're not the least bit proud of.
This part that's an important part. Feeding them your blood.
Yeah. Bam.
Theoretically, to turn in White Wolf, to turn someone into a vampire, they need to have.
I had a child, Fabian.
So I did.
Does she still haunt the city?
Seems to me she's got really good at not being seen. What we should do is go see Ryong. She's expecting us.
You are not curious.
Always.
I don't know. I just
Whatever happens now has to be her choice.
I report and ban the bots in my chat. Where you going, my guy?
But anyway, in my personal opinion, with the not my personal opinion, how it works is when the person gets low on blood, they have to be like very low. A human has 10 blood points. We'll start off here. A vampire can have anywhere from 10 to, I think it's 100 for like Kane. There's different ways that people claim that it should work. How we play it is that it's a 1-for-1 ratio, but when you're a older vampire, or not older, sorry, higher generation, lower generation. So like closer to Kane. When you're a lower generation, closer to Kane, what happens is you can store more in you. Basically, you take their very unpotent blood and you condense it down, making it more potent.
Yes.
Now, when you want to turn someone, again, they have 10 blood. A ghoul can have anywhere from 1 to 3 of that blood being vampiric. When we play it, you can't go too much more than that for elongated periods of time. It's usually you want to stay at 1. 3 starts pushing it too much. But yeah, you want to be at like 1 or 2. You go anywhere beyond 5, and the vampire, you start dying. Because more than half your blood is, vampiric. So the idea behind it is if you want to turn someone, it's just that much blood, theoretically. But if they've already been missing blood, which is where you can eat some of them, you can then, when you eat some of them, you can actually like
Why did you choose to become a magister?
make it so you have to use less blood. Because you have to use basically over half your blood the person's blood has to be vampiric. The closer they are to death, the quicker it is for the churning process. And theoretically, the less painful it should be.
Tell me about your embrace.
No, it was a long time coming, I tell you. Your mortal body never truly aged, did it, dear? So you don't know the frustration of a body that withers whilst your mind has so much more to do. I used certain
Doesn't it?
techniques to extend my life. It was a long and arduous endeavor, committing unspeakable acts to claw back a few meager months. I was never entirely successful, but I got close enough to impress my would-be sire.
You have something for me to do?
There's a gentleman waiting in...
I will see it done. Tell me about your research.
What would you like to know?
Have you been tasked with researching anything on behalf of the Camarilla?
Are you testing my loyalties, Sheriff? I'm sure that if the Camarilla had asked me for assistance, they would expect the utmost confidentiality, regardless of who asked me about it.
You have a pleasant night.
Maybe the sheriff is, not trusting certain people. Oh, you want to go into nightmare fuel? When getting churned by a vampire, if you really want to get into this detail, when getting churned by a vampire, if they are churning you and you're willing, and the vampire's nice, lots of different little things here. But if you're willing and the vampire is nice, the vampire will have you completely get naked and get into a tub. At that point in time, he will gently take the blood from you and then give you till you have about 1 or 2 blood points left, and then he will feed you his blood, up to your 10. So he gives you like 9 or 10 blood from him to you. And then you proceed to die. When you're proceeding to die, you need to get rid of anything in your body that is not needed. So, in most cases, you will piss and shit yourself till every ounce of it is gone.
I don't know if your stomach empties as well.
Oh yeah, if you have eaten recently,
the top or the bottom is what I
mean.
Yep.
No, if theoretically you have eaten recently, you will vomit out your food. I used to play the role-playing system for this. So every time that we, there's lots of information about this. If your sire doesn't really like you too much, or just doesn't care, like he has servants or whatever like that, he will not inform you of this part. He will still be dressed, and you will be laying on the ground, pissing and shitting yourself. And possibly vomiting. As a vampire, your hair no longer grows, and any injuries you have prior to being churned can stick with you. So, for example, if I dislocate my arm and then I got turned into a vampire, there's a high possibility that my arm will be dislocated every morning when I wake up. Because what happens in the Vampire Society when you wake up, you spend one of your 10 blood points, and your body reverts back to the state you were churned in. So if you have a dislocated arm, it will dislocate again and go back into that position. If you cut your hair, it will grow back to the actual style it was. If you are Sabbat, in modern times, it's even worse. What they do is they grab you and your entire family. They churn you and then basically lock you in a room with your entire family. So that way when you wake up, and they give you very little blood. Yes, they give you very little blood. They give you just enough to churn. So when you wake up, you're extremely hungry. and you go into a feeding frenzy, and you eat your own family. Another one that they can do is that they will bury you 6 feet deep, and basically have it where they turn like 20 people. They bury them all 6 feet deep, and whoever comes out of the things, the graves, those are the ones that survive. Those are the ones that become children. There's also gangrels who will turn you, explain very little detail to you, and then set you out into the woods to hunt.
You are waiting for a package?
I am. And such an interesting courier. Have a pleasant night.
Yeah, no, there's lots of like, things like that. Like most of the time that I've played, I've always played either Dark Ages Sabots, which are a little less aggressive, and they usually don't want their children to be pissed off at them.
Fire. I hear you're doing good work out there.
The reason that most modern day Sabots do it is because they want their children to be angry and hate the world.
Yes, I want to know you.
Meet me in room 1408 in 10 minutes. Be waiting. On your knees. You will do exactly what I tell you.
Yes, my mistress.
Okay, I didn't realize I was going to have a sex scene.
Yeah, there is a lot of, there is some lore.
The original, some lore, there is originally, the first vampire. The first vampire is Cain. Cain, being the first vampire, is literally Adam and Eve's son, Cain. He is the first vampire. How the story goes is that he was offering up plants to God, and he would spend every day that he was awake for a full year on these plants to make the most beautiful plants to give to God as an offering. And his brother, Abel, would offer up a lamb, and God would like the lamb more. And as the years went on, Cain got more bitter about this because every time he put more effort in, and his brother would put very little effort in, but his brothers would always, be more presentable. And it was, he always brought up the concept that God had, commented on the smell of the blood. And so one year he just basically, it was enough. He gave up. And during the offering, he offers the one thing he loves the most. If God won't take all the plants, the things that he has made to be the most beautiful, he's giving God the thing that he finds the most beautiful then. And he offers up his brother and kills his brother. And God is pissed and sends him to the land of Nod. In the land of Nod, he meets the archangels who come to him once every year to beg for forgiveness. And he says that God should be the one begging him for forgiveness. So them taking that as a slight, they curse him. That's where he's no longer allowed to be in the sun. Plants wither at his feet. He will only taste ash. Vampire stuff. And then he meets a girl, which is, in some biblical senses, is Adam's first wife, Lilith. And she's a mage. And she teaches him some of her magic abilities that he can unlock using his blood. those become the vampiric disciplines. And then he leaves the Land of Nod after they have a huge argument. And he travels to the first city of Enoch. And that's where he turns his 3. Though in the writings, there's sometimes a 4th. And in other writings, there's just the 3. So, but in the lore that me and our friend run by, there is 4, and the 4th one is my character. But moving on. Those 3 turned to 13. 13 clans. Well, theoretically, she didn't drive him crazy. She was actually trying to control, like, Lilith. The problem with it, Cain, was the fact that Cain was angry. Angry at the gods. Angry at his parents. Angry at humanity. He was just angry. And when she was trying to teach him her powers and stuff like that, he just was, like, wanting to use them for vengeance and for, you know, doing other things like that. And she was trying to convince him not to go down that path, and he refused to listen to her. So they basically parted ways on the concept of, like, he just wanted to punish people. He wanted to rule. He wanted to show the gods that he was worthy. Or God, yes. Anyway, the 13 thirds, they have children, and those children, it's messy on exactly what happened, but as far as I can tell when I've been reading it, and I've read like a lot of this stuff, the one of the thirds, Nosferatu, he was a very beautiful man who had a tiny little scratch on his face, and was so the scratch is different in certain tellings. Some tellings it's from like forehead to chin. There's just a gouge. Other tellings it's literally just a tiny scratch. But because he was so beautiful to begin with, to him, the tiny gash made him look ugly as fuck. So he was secretly telling the fourths and fifths that they should take over. And like he's encouraging them to take over, and he's spreading these seeds of doubt and lies. And finally, one of the thirds, a Bruja named Troil, she falls in love with her sire, who has a problem where he cannot feel emotion. That's like his weakness. He can't feel emotion. And she takes this as he doesn't care for her and doesn't love her. So she goes in and tries to force him to have emotion. And when he still doesn't have emotion, she tries to diabolize him to get emotion out of him. And it's weird that she succeeds in the diabolization due to the fact that his main discipline is dealing with time magic. And theoretically, he should be able to just reverse time or stop time. But nonetheless, he doesn't. So in the story that we tell, me and my one friend, at the very moment that he's about to die, he does actually use his final ability. He panics and uses his final ability. And when he does that, because it's him dying, he panics and sends himself into the future instead of into the past. But she gets a piece of his soul. So she becomes a third. And that, with his death and her becoming a third, basically the fourths and fifths riot. And this causes the seconds to wake and basically do a purge where they basically kick everyone that's not important, and that means thirds, fourths, fifths, civilians, everything out of Enoch, and then bury Enoch into the abyss. so that no one can get there except for people who can walk through the go to this section. And there means that you have to go through the layers of the abyss, which as you go deeper into the abyss, there are creatures that as when they see you, they feast on anything that goes through their territory. So it's unless you're super strong and you know what you're doing, you could land up there and just be eaten. So that's being said, everything moves on, and then this is where at this point in time when the Enoch collapses, all the all the fourths and beyond get curses, and that's where all the clan's weaknesses come from. The clan's weaknesses are based on their sire, the thirds, but the thirds never actually get the weakness, as far as I can tell. The thirds, it's just a weakness that is based off of them. So, for example, Malkav was a little bit insane. He was a little bit of eccentric. He was a seer in certain cases. So all of his bloodline have remnants of being insane because of him. Toreador was fixated with beautiful things. So because she was fixated for beautiful things, all of her clan is now forced to be fixated on beautiful things. So there's been cases where Toreadors have accidentally been outside and seen the sun start rising, started seeing the beauty, and instead of running away because, that's going to kill you, they actually just sit there and watch the sun rise and burn to death. Bruja, being Troil, because of her rage, her entire clan has it's easily raged. And I could go on. Every clan has a weakness. Nosferatu, even though he was beautiful, because he felt like he was ugly. Basically what it was is that everyone below him, your ugliness inside is portrayed on the outside. So that's why a lot of Nosferatu are ugly as fuck, and there are very few that are not ugly. Ugly as fuck in the role-playing system is that you get dots. This game doesn't do dots, but you get dots, and your dots for a normal person is 2 out of 5 or whatever your number actually is. It goes up to 10 for most people, for most third gens. But for everyone else, it starts going lower, 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 and 5 is usually about the max for everyone. But humans, in special cases, humans can get 4. But yeah. So an average person is 2. A master is 4. Nosferatus start at 0. So they are super ugly. It's usually they have some kind of huge deformity. Like in this game, so far the 2 that have been seen, one kind of had teeth like a mouse, and it kind of looks like it looked like a humanized mouse. And the other one, he looks like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And yeah, there's been a couple of them that have actually had 1 dot, and sometimes they're actually outcasted because they look too good. They look too good, so therefore there must be a problem with them. But Tammy's most hated one, I can't remember his name right now. But
Ema.
Okay. Anyway, so Tammy played a Nosferatu once, and I was reading a bunch of Nosferatu information because I was trying they were playing 4th gens, and one of the 4th gens I found, he is extremely beautiful, and Tammy hated him because as her character hated him because he was beautiful. Because one of the things is how he does things is they Nosferatu are information gatherers. And as an information gatherer, they'll get information whatever ways they need to. Most do it through animals. So they'll send their animals off to somewhere and get their animal to get information for them and then bring it back to them, or they'll steal information or just watch and gather information that way, stuff like that. This guy, he would go up to a bunch of orphan kids and he'd ask these kids for information. And I'll give you some coin if you guys give me the information. And let's say he's offering them 5 coins for this information, and none of them can come up with the information he needs. Most Nosferatus just go, oh well, too fucking bad, and just walk away. But he still gives them all the coin for giving them his time. So he's like a nice guy. Like that's why he's so beautiful. But Tammy hated him. She's like, because her Nosferatu was like, that's not how you do things. You don't encourage them not to give you information.
It's not how you play. Not how the game goes.
But yeah, so because of the concept that
Some prices are steeper than others. Some want to sacrifice
because of the fact that Cain is the first vampire and stuff like that, you're looking at the concept that the story of everything has roughly about mattering on when you believe certain time things start, but you have anywhere from 12 to 20,000 years of history for the role playing system, and some of it's very misconstruing. Some of it's really like one of the problems that me and my friend had when we were looking through of it is one of the problems is that some of the books are written as if a vampire had written the book to give to other vampires. So because of that, a lot of the time you'll get pieces that like don't quite make sense. Like, you know, they'll state certain things, but it's because it's a vampire who did research on a topic that happened 300 years ago and just trying to piece things together instead of actually just telling you, like, you know, actual facts and information. So sometimes it's a little hard to get certain things like that. So sometimes we had to just like create our own information. Like there's one case that my friend fucking hates, which I totally understand. It is a fourth generation venture. Again, there's 15 generations. Cain is the first generation. So the closer you are to first generation / Cain, the stronger you are. When you get to 14 and 15s, they are actually kind of pathetic. Some 14s will die of old age, and same 15s will always die of old age. 15s are so weak that they are actually that ghouls are actually about as strong as a 15th generation vampire. The only difference between a 15th generation vampire and a ghoul is that it takes less effort to learn their disciplines. But that is it. So, with that being said, the fourth generation is quite powerful. And he awakens from his nap and he goes for a walk, is what it says. Or maybe he was awake and he's just going for a walk. But he was attacked by a werewolf. And werewolves are fucking powerful. Like, do not get me wrong, they're powerful. And he kills the werewolf. And in his weakened state, a 8th gen, I think it was, something stupid like that, like an 8th gen, comes up and eats him. The problem with it is that there's like 3 problems with this. One is that a Ventrue has 2 abilities that are mental based called Dominate and Presence. Presence literally can make the everyone around you love you. Love you. So you wouldn't want to hurt them. The other one, Dominate, if you can make eye contact, I can actually, mattering on how strong, high generation, a 4th would be really high up there, I could rewrite your fucking entire memories. So that you think that we're best buddies. Like that we like grew up together from childhood. Like seriously. And if those 2 didn't succeed, the last ability he has is one called Fortitude. Where Fortitude allows you to soak damage. How the fuck did a damaged 4th gen get eaten by a old 4th gen get eaten by the fucking 8th? It did make no sense.
You are close to Luke. How is she really doing?
Why do you ask?
I am the sheriff. I serve the prince, and by extension, her sire.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, there's actually one of the ones that I did. I made the second I made. The second generation I made. I wanted to do something silly. So at one point, one of the disciplines of it's a Ravenos discipline. It's a Ravenos exclusive discipline called Chemistry. I can create illusions. I can create an illusion so powerful that I can take you out of our reality and put you into that illusion. That is the 10th level of the ability. So I just basically made the entire fantasy world up for this guy, just put him into it. And my GM, which is the girl I was talking about that was helping me with all this stuff at some point, she was like, you know that theoretically he can break out of it. I'm like, only if he realizes that he's in it. She's like, what? I'm like, I read the thing and she's like, oh my God. He cannot break out of it if he doesn't realize he's in it. So I've just basically made a very complex world where there's some highs, there's some lows, there's some middle ground. You know, he gets, some, stuff here, gets some stuff there, blah, blah, blah. And then if he ever comes back, he has nothing that he's spent years and hundreds of years working on. And I was just like, that. She's like, that's mean. I'm like, yep. And then the other one that I did once is I walked into a room and there were just a bunch of Sabbat guys, and I had to kill all the Sabbat guys, but they had humans as like cover, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use the protein level 10. She's like, oh yeah, what's that? I'm like, body of sun. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's called body of sun. My body glows the same as the sun. Any vampire in the room combusts. As if they were staring at the sun. Except for myself, obviously. She's like, anyone else doesn't get hurt. It doesn't hurt surrounding areas. It doesn't hurt buildings. It hurts nothing. Except for vampires. She's like, that's fucking broken.
That's why it's a level 10.
But yeah, there was also a time when I did that best buddies thing to someone. Because I had all the disciplines pretty much. I used a tenebration, which this game calls Oblivion, to walk through the shadows. I went behind a guy and basically rewrit his entire goddamn life by just touching his face. Then I stepped through the shadows again and basically went through his front door. So that way he would, like, when people brought me to him, they would actually think that we were best buddies. Another one that I did, usually dominate, which is dominate, but usually dominate, you have to make eye contact, so people knowing you have dominate will not make eye contact with you. But if you start getting dominate to like levels like 8 and stuff like that, you can do it with skin to skin contact. So I used to just like shake people's hands, rewrite their entire history so they would think that we were friends, so that they would give me better deals on stuff.
Is there anything you miss about mortality?
Or give me the information I needed.
You mean apart from shitty landlords, toothaches, and allergies? Not a whole lot. Except maybe catching his pretty face in the mirror.
If you use an ability on.
Is there trouble I can deal with?
Yeah, you won't read his mind.
Yeah. Now Atrium's empty. Seems like one of the assholier anarch groups are trying to move in. Can you check out the alleys nearby? One of the staff ghouls saw Cass out there, and the word is he's trouble.
I will find them. I will speak to you again.
But yeah, in I don't remember the exact year. I want to say it's 1444, but I don't know if that's actually right or not. But in 1444, the Camarilla, which consisted of the leaders of them being Venture, obviously, with a newly formed clan called Tremere, Toreadors, Brujas, and Nosferatus. Mostly because the Nosferatus saw power gain. Formed a group called the Camarilla. Now, some people say that Gangrel formed at that point in time with them, but I've never understood why Gangrel were a part of them to begin with. But maybe they were offered something and then were lied to. But nonetheless, some say the Gangrel were part of that. Moving on. They then forced the Assmites to bend a knee to them and fucked the Assmites up bad. They made it so that the Assmites couldn't do their job the way they used to because they're assassins. But one of the benefits of being an assassin is that if you have to go kill a vampire, you can just eat the vampire. And is there more posters? I feel like there's more posters here. Something. Oh. Anyway, so the Lasombras.
My time to shine.
The Lasombras basically with the Tremors. Started a rival group called the Sabbat. And basically they also let the Salubri in because the Salubri were being hunted by they were being hunted by whatchamacallit there. Fuck. Tremere. So they let them join. The Malkavians also joined because the Malkavians being insane had a large problem that, you know, like they were usually thrown to the wayside because they are insane. And then as time progressed, it went from a group to help prevent themselves from being eliminated by the Camarilla to being a group who basically was just done with the Masquerade. Because the Camarilla had gotten so strong, there was no way to really defeat the Camarilla anymore. Unless there was no more Masquerade. Because then the Camarilla lose a lot of their power. So that's where a lot of the Sabbats are going more towards like the new clans of Meetsies, which are usually body modders to kind of an extreme. You got the Blood Brothers, which are a group that is three random people who are grabbed. Their minds are merged together and separated so that they basically know everything about each other. You can't tell one person from another. Then they are ritually linked through blood magic when they get turned. So they actually all get turned at the exact same time, and they are bound to each other. And one of their disciplines is that if they want to, they can merge together to become one being of just disgust and horror. Or like basically like they have like three heads that are like rotating around and shit.
I would like to hear of your personal.
It's pretty wild.
Live honestly. It is more
But because of it, it's hard to kill them. Because it's hard to find their hearts. When you're looking for three hearts, they're not in the... that constantly are shifting around and you don't know where they are.
We've played a bunch of different kinds of characters in this system, and
So you speak every thought that comes into your
it
head.
is pretty entertaining.
Some would consider that
Just
showing
how you
too
have to
much.
problem solve and whatnot.
To omit is to deceive. What can you tell me about the Camarilla?
I can tell you one of them is fucking with the nastier aspects of thaumaturgy. I had a request for some very unpleasant books and the promise of a great deal of money. Anonymous request. And they asked for complete confidentiality, of course. But I bet it's Mrs. Thorne.
I thought you said it was confidential.
Well, I did not agree to the request.
I am interested by your relationship with patients. You allow them
But yeah, there's 13 clans.
They like my collection, but they follow my rules. They say the souls of the previous owners linger.
But there are 13 third-gen clans. But there are a lot of other clans.
Unfortunately, their art is ugly. But they watch my for me while
I believe every clan has an offshoot clan. And some clans have completely changed.
So this is a mutually beneficial arrangement.
What was Officer Wheeler's wife's name? Do you remember?
I believe it's Denise.
Is there someone who needs my attention?
There is. This is a picture of David's youngest son. A son who David has never seen through the eyes of sobriety. A son who David has never paid for, and whose mother has no home.
I have the scent. Take care, Nico.
But yeah, like I said, I used we play it I played a lot of characters like Tammy said. I've played Gangrel's. My most recent one was a Old Clancy Meet C, who actually was a Giovanni Ghoul. Born Ghoul. So it means that basically both my parents were currently taking vampiric blood and were ghouled to a vampire when I was born. There's a lot of that going around at one point where they make huge families of that. Huge families they're super powerful, but as you start inbreeding them too much, they start coming up with weird quirks and stuff.
Baby you. Baby you.
Jesus, God, help! What did I do to you? They've gone mad. God help me! I'm gonna hit. Oh, fuck you,
Yeah. Hurts.
Well, that was interesting. It smelled kind of familiar.
All turned around.
But yeah. And yeah, there's lots of different disciplines. And some of them you could do some weird shit to people and stuff like that. Malkavians. One of the Malkavian abilities that they get later on allows them to just mess with people's minds so much that people actually like see things at the corner of their eye for like months.
Aha! The brave nomad returns to my humble store. David is dead, I hear. And am I right that he has supped kindred blood? If it comes back on us, we will deal with the Domitor.
Is there someone who needs my attention?
I need to consult my list of names. Perhaps later.
I look forward to speaking to you again.
But yeah, like I said, I character I last played was a ghoul of a Giovanni. And her mother was a blood sorcerer, not a mage, a sorcerer. There's differences. So he actually had blood magic, which, as far as my friend could tell, and she actually like read certain things. But when you become a vampire, she was like pretty sure that with what she read, that blood magic becomes disciplines. Because some of them are like very similar, It's just like weaker aspects of them and stuff like that. So when my vampire or my ghoul became a vampire, he was stupid strong. I know that I also played a gangrel in Germany, but back in the day where he was more barbaric. A Gaul, I believe is what they're called. And he was like 6 feet tall, just fucking massive. Problem for everybody. I also played a clan that my GM actually created. But yeah, there's a lot of like
I think
stuff
that was my favorite long-term one that we did. Was those characters.
Yeah.
Fire. Take a seat. Fire. Thanks for coming.
My prince.
I assume you managed to smooth things over. That should take care of inner court politics. And thankfully, Willem's sudden exit and the repercussions of that exit aren't public knowledge. Yet.
The gardener knows.
Beat me to it. This gardener knows the truth. And you say he is Sabat, an enemy of this court. And Sophia says she thinks the Sabat are tied to your mark. Seems our interests became aligned, Nomad. I'm expediting your investigation. And I have a good idea where to start. The underground.
You say these words, the underground, as if they should mean something to me.
I forget you're not native. The underground is an architectural graveyard. The ruins of old Seattle. After the Great Fire. Rather than salvage what was, Lou decided to simply build on top.
What makes you think I will find answers in this underground?
Tolly reviewed the PD figures. Disappearances, deaths, kind and kindred both. Always near an entrance to the underground. It's what drove out the Nosferatu. Campbell never looked into it, said he had other priorities.
I need to do something to him.
But it is a gun.
You need Mask of 1,000 Faces.
And I'm going to disarm it.
I know what I thought, but I was like,
Going under the soil.
I will take a look. It may lead to something.
Oh, it will definitely lead to something. Whether it's your conspiracy, we'll have to see. Only ones who go down there now are mortals, and only ever in their sanctioned playgrounds. But deeper than those, I'll level with you. I don't know what kind of threat.
I think it's troubled by ghosts. Maybe I can help.
Being sent down there was a punishment, a convenient solution for problem kindred. Besides,
I think you're
all
pretending to be a
told,
priest.
The gangrel necks will be with you.
Then I will be glad of the company.
That's cute, but I doubt she feels the same. Tali found out she's been taking certain liberties. Something I'd hoped the sheriff would be on top of. Now, I'd be inclined to make that her first strike, but obviously, Lou was furious. Remember what I said? The underground being Lou's favorite form of punishment? Since Nyx works for Lou directly, Lou gets to decide what happens when she's fired. Use the public entrance. You'll find the gangrel easily enough. And Fire, be careful down there.
I really hope that I can't break the Masquerade down there. I know there's an achievement for activating all the thingies down there, so I'll have to be careful with that too.
That tour is top of the list of things to do for our visitors. Fun day out for the Okies, you know? Maybe Tali and Ryong are right.
Yeah, the first time I ever played
Because they're all getting eaten up by something. You'd hope someone would mention that in the review, though, right?
first time I ever played vampires was with a different person. And I was a bouncer at a nightclub as a human. Anyway, I was a bouncer to a club and as a human. And fucking was going down an alley and there was a vampire. And the GM at the time, different guy. Never played with him after this either. He was trying to introduce me to the system, which was fine. But the part that he didn't really like was that I really apparently rolled really well. And started beating the shit out of his vampire. So he kind of like changed it so that way the vampire just like one punched me. I'm like, I didn't get a roll. And he's like, yeah, well, like, that's rude. And then I started playing with Megan and yeah.
No sign of Nyx.
And a lot of mortals.
I guess I was gonna say, I guess we've been
Track her down easily enough.
coming up on like 15 to 20 years of being friends with her, hey?
That's Nyx, all right. We should get after her.
Yeah.
Carla, where are you?
Yeah, there's a couple of campaigns that we did that had some issues when I played with her. One of them being the fact that my character had a sister, and the sister got taken by vampires, and a vampire then told me what had happened and that I should go rescue my sister. But he never said anything about the fact that, and no matter what you do, make sure you take your sister home. Don't let her, like, convince you otherwise. Take her home. If he had said something like that, I would have done exactly that, taken her home. Because he never said that, I didn't realize that there was a thing called dominate that can just make you, obedient. So she was like, just let me stay here for like a couple more days, like, then I'll come home on my own. I believed her. And then she was dead. And I never forgave that vampire after that. So, like, it was a lot of, like, issues after that where it's like I didn't really trust vampires too much. But I knew about vampires, which was a problem. And, like, part of me wanted to, like, kill vampires. Like, I trusted some vampires, but not all vampires. And I wanted to kill some vampires. And I basically became a problem where she was like, I don't know how the fuck to deal with you. Like, I don't know what the next. Like, I have to either kill your character and have you make a new character, or I'm like, yeah, I understand. She's like, so we're just gonna move on to a new campaign.
Sometimes that's what you gotta do.
I'm trying to find the one achievement. So that way I know exactly what it says. Trigger every audio exhibit in the Seattle Underground Tour. Okay, so there's apparently an audio thing. I don't know where it is. Oh, there's one.
1885 to 1886 saw the anti-Chinese riots depicted here, which were begun by unemployed white workers determined to drive away the Chinese diaspora
Baby you.
that played such a vital role in building Seattle. Despite this, modern Seattle once again
Ben.
enjoys a thriving Chinese and Pan-Asian community. In 1889, disaster struck when the Great Seattle Fire consumed half the city overnight. It was believed to have originated in a carpenter's workshop. The Seattle Underground, where we now stand.
But yeah, the one campaign that Tammy's talking about, we were in London. That's the other thing. It's like a lot of them, like, we've been into like different places too. Like, our main characters there were in London. My most recent one was in Paris / France. My other campaign we did, I was in Germany. Before it was Germany. Yeah, it's a lot of like, I don't know. The one that I remember doing was like, I also did one that was like a solo one. Because the problem was that a lot of the times Tammy would be busy, so she couldn't actually join us. And it was originally me, Tammy, and another girl.
Nix, running ahead like a mud off the leash. Go carefully. This place is about as stable as a Wall Street gambling den. Research is forbidden under City Statute 3A 47B, as there are fears of the stability of historical architecture. Any deeper archaeological research is forbidden under City Statute 3A 47B, as there are fears of the stability of historical architecture.
Okay.
get that subtle perfume of wet dog? You know gangrels. Reckon Nix is on 4 feet instead of 2 right now.
That's also another thing. It's like my gangrel didn't turn into a dog. Because you can actually choose what you turn into in the one that we do. Because we're in Dark Ages, so we have more.
Got a scent or something like that.
Why did she not wait for us?
Who knows? Maybe it's a rabbit. Gangrel. About as much scent as God gave a goose.
Yeah, so it's like if as long as you're like, you know, not just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stick to the norms, you can actually kind of choose what you're gonna be. I know that my one Zemitzi, he had protein, which is the ability to shift, and he had chosen to do a crow.
A German-born madam who rose to become one of Seattle's most influential citizens at the turn of the 20th century.
Oh, wasn't that hard?
Lou Graham built the city's most elegant parlor house in Pioneer Square.
The other person that could churn, they had chosen to.
Brothel was destroyed in the Great Fire of 1889. She quickly rebuilt in stone. Reconstruction efforts helped save local banks during the Panic of 1893.
They chose to do a lot of golden animals, so they have a golden wolf and a golden eagle. Or a hawk or whatever. It was a hawk. Golden hawk.
I can see why they don't let little Susie or Johnny mess around here. Feels like the ground's about to heave ho any minute. That doesn't smell like wet dog. Maybe. Oh, Nix, you downright fool. Oh, no.
She found something, and it destroyed her.
Yeah.
Whatever did this will have an entrance nearby.
Ryong said she'd been taking certain liberties.
Some cannot so easily let go.
If I was a betting sort, I'd bet whatever did this to her is the same whatever Ryong has us looking for.
So let us find it.
Took the words right out of my mouth, so to speak. What has no scent but leaves a trail of claw marks?
Oh, that was the other one.
The attacks were all near entrances to the underground.
Such as right here.
One of the other campaigns we did, I was a gangrel, and kinfolk. Kinfolk meaning that I'm from werewolf lineage, and Tammy was actually a werewolf. But the reason I was bringing it up is because they said something about no sense, no smell. That's actually something we had. We had a perk where you couldn't smell us. So like we would just smell like whatever was surrounding us. So like if we were in dense forest, we would just smell like trees. If we were in a desert, we would just smell like sand. And I was also in that campaign. I was a self-proclaimed, which had visions. So even though he was self-proclaimed, it was just because no one really taught him. He taught himself. But a self-proclaimed priest of Gaia.
Think we can get back?
No. The only way out is through.
This is old sea.
And yeah, those were interesting characters. It got to the point where basically the campaign got turned into, which was really sad, but the campaign kind of got turned into RGM trying to kill Tammy and failing miserably.
What happens when you build a fucking super tank?
The part that upset me is the fact that I really wish like she would just have focused on me.
Yeah, it kind of, because in that campaign, it was more of you were supposed to be like I was, because you weren't a vampire yet. I was supposed to be focused on in the beginning, and then you became a vampire, and then we were supposed to focus on you, but it didn't really get shifted.
Yeah, and it also was the concept that we were trying to build a town, and no matter how much fucking time, effort, money, resources, roles, or anything like I did, the town just felt like it never was getting built. Apparently, I cannot eat you.
Oh my. What manner of creatures are these?
I think I know how to kill them off. Do that achievement now. Amusing.
Forget me.
What do you think these are then?
I have heard a rumor of Sabat-created shock troops. These fit the description. Called the Unbirthed, or sometimes Moonflowers.
Cute.
I really thought that would work because he died while I saw him possessed, but guess not. Weird. I'll have to try again later.
I need to do something.
Trouble does come in spades.
Ask 1,000 faces? Or
No.
service thought?
Yeah, it's service thoughts.
Cease.
I had to kill a couple of them, so at least I got something from that. Almost, I don't know if I'm supposed to go that way, this way. I feel like it was that way. Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. They'll level me up. Ooh, this is going to give me an achievement too.
those creatures. What or whoever made them?
They could be the work of the Sabbat.
Not everything has to be the Sabbat.
No, but they remind me of a Sabbat myth. I do not believe in coincidences.
It's really weird I can't actually grab these. It must be gotten on the other side, but I don't see a way around. Wow, that's actually kind of shitty. He says, don't listen to the one rule I have. I'm supposed to not be able to be attacked when I'm, I guess, feeding. I guess it has nothing to do with attacking. So I thought the one ability would kick in too. Or my stuff actually kicks in.
So Hector did die via the rebar killer.
Yeah, I think I don't know if we said that on stream or if we were talking about that off stream, but yeah, I called that. I was asking about the fact of, like, it's weird that Benny is the one that took over. Something must have happened to him. I wonder if it was the rebar. There it is. Way the fuck up there. They really expect you to get your ass kicked in here. Doing all these fucking potions. Oh, jeez. I'll try to push the button to attack, but he just refused.
Above, so below. There's anything new, but always good to check.
Okay. My new issue is the fact that interesting. Okay, so I was up there. I came down here. Okay, so there's nothing down here. So there is this path. There's nothing here.
Do some side quests.
Yep. Whenever you're ready, you should probably hop off and like you don't have to do it right this second, but once you've done your like side quests, you should probably hop off and finish dinner.
And
yep.
What, might I ask, is an unbirthed exactly?
The Tremere may know more. What I know only through our fledgling kindred, buried, then raised from a mass grave by a ritual, shorn of names or memories.
Well, that's just dandy. So, if such creatures were to breach the surface,
it would shatter the Masquerade beyond repair. The hunters would swarm. Seattle would fall.
you think this is what the Sabbat are after?
There will be a deeper aim.
With the gardener as their leader. I guess we ask him. What was it? The last thing he said.
Slip beneath the soil. He is here.
Well, I mean, so many nooks and crannies just to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, what's apparently over there? So.
Yeah. She said she didn't want to go another round because her knees haven't recovered since last time. Good old Miss Thorne.
Are you flirting with her?
No. It was just something she said before before I actually was able to ask her, hey, do you want me to deliver a package? Just like, well, goddamn.
I don't think those creatures can handle a pistol.
Military
Whoa.
hunters. There, the mark. The gardener lies behind that door. I know it.
What are you doing?
They are We're going to destroy the door.
Fire, those things are everywhere.
We need to get inside.
Fire is not safe. Fire!
On the actually stick.
I thought I was going to be attacked by a lot more of them. I'll probably have to use the stupid thing again. Those potions are not lasting as long as I think they should. No, it's good. It's because they're dead. Oh, more spawned.
My game saved, so I just take a small break. Go and finish up dinner. I will just mute myself so I can do the outro.
No, give me him. Give me my snack. Oh, you guys eat my snack. Oh my gosh, come on, guys. Stop. Get help.
Getting through that. But we do need to go deeper. I reckon we should head back to the surface. Seattle's riddled with holes. Someone will know another way in.
What's going down in Underground Town, oh mighty sheriff? Clowns with balloons?
My prey is down there, somewhere deep below. But the underground is infested. Troopers, heavily armed.
That tracks. Guess the slap-happy soldiers from the IAO finally showed up.
IAO?
Information Awareness Office. Like your old-school Inquisition, but less about the cross, more about the extremely cross. Slaughtered licks for government pay, went off the rails. They've got a lot of shiny toys.
Armed hunters, yes. Very like the Inquisition. They have buried an entrance to the lower levels. I need another way in.
Well, shit. You, and this is me saying this, don't want to go down, believe me. Ruins and scars and the grinding of bones, babe.
This is for you and the court, Tully. Ryong wants me to destroy whatever's down there.
Sure, because I want a clusterfuck for Christmas. But the greater good, right? So listen. Great Fire fucked up the city, and that's why they buried the underground. But the most fucked up parts? They got buried deeper, with extreme prejudice and heavy-duty concrete. You want to crawl in the darkest holes? You go talk to Mama Lou. That was her town, and her choices. Go see her. And, keep my name off your lips. This was your idea.
Very well.
It always comes back to Lou Graham. Well, let's bite the bullet. Back to the glacier.
Yeah, okay, well, that's where we're going to leave off in this episode.
I've thought about that door, given what Tolly said about Lou. That design looked Asian influenced to me. Chinese, even, if I'm not mistaken. Lou worked with Chinese laborers. I reckon that place is part of her old life before the fire.
And she buried it. Why?
Well, you saw the tour. Seattle is all about the madam with the heart of gold. Not a mention of Rosalind or this mystery sire. Guess she wanted them forgotten.
Anyway, now that that's done, yeah, I'm going to be jumping over to a different game. So if you guys want to check me out on YouTube or on Twitch, you guys can under my username, The Renaissance Undead. I also have a community Discord. Check it out. It should be linked below. You can also check out Tammy under the username Tamapanda and same Discord. Again, if you are currently watching this live, I'm jumping over to another game. If you're watching this anywhere else, so I say goodbye. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.